Okay, enough music. Guten Tag, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a while, but I felt like I'm coming back after telling you I'm just gonna go out, son. I'm just gonna buy a pack of smokes and some milk. And then I left. Story sounds awfully familiar. Maybe I'm projecting. But anyway, back with the oldest monster hunter in the universe, which coincidentally is also me and the game I'm playing right now. But yep, I'm back. I didn't decide to do Monster Hunter 1. I actually did a poll. Granted, the only two options were Sunbreak and this one. But yeah, I'm back. And I accidentally set the timer to be like the subathon timer, where it actually went up when someone subbed. So I'm back earlier than the timer actually said. Hello. Thanks, man. I missed you guys too. Oh, speaking of which, One Tap and Zizo, thank you for subscribing. I can tell you why I've been gone for so long. It's not because I was bored of you, or streaming, or I lost my... Spriganito, also thank you for subbing. Or lost my spark from Monster Hunter. Far from it, actually. I've been doing some studying, and it was... oh man, the love. Cargulicious and Shviko, and you too. Thank you for subbing. Also, hi you too. Yeah, I missed you guys too. I'm actually very excited to tell you what's been going on. But let's start the game first. By the way, can you even hear the music or the in-game audio? Drinking? I got a beer here. How do you say in Germany? Two beer are also schnitzel or something? I don't know. But let me mute the music and listen and watch the true splendor of ancient Monster Hunter, where people were still fighting with stones and sticks, not with rocket-powered fucking machetes and detonating axes that explode in monsters' faces. Ah, the stick fighting. I was thinking about maybe remapping my buttons to actual humane controls, but then I was thinking, you know what? I won't. I want to suffer. Just like in the good old days. Suffering. No. I'll refrain from remapping the buttons. Yeah, but the game looked really amazing back then. When I was playing it, I was like, yeah, this game looks pretty good. Monster Hunter 1, they didn't even have voice actors for the monsters. Low budget company. When Capcom was still small and doing only... what games does Capcom even make? Devil May Cry didn't exist back then, I think. Street Fighter, I guess? Yo, Dr. Hotfrost, Resident Evil, oh yeah. Oopsie, I made a whoopsie. I forgot Resident Evil, how could I? I played Resident Evil 8 actually recently. It was pretty fun, but I feel like the game is way too fucking easy. There was only one encounter I died, and that was very early on. I was too smug. But that's it, and I played on, I think on hard or something. But I'm a hardcore Resident Evil plebeian. My superpower is not having the ability of being scared. So I see a monster, you're supposed to run away, and I go close. I need to study its anatomy. If you catch my drift. If you do, I didn't even catch it. Zany, that's something I want to talk about, because there was some discourse going on in the time I was gone. I wasn't really on the internet either, so I only got a few minute details. Like one of them was weapon cosmetics, and I gotta have to say something about it. But later. By the way, Shiko, I drank water for you. but it didn't stretch. When Heavy Bowgun was one-shotting monsters and initiating the title screen by itself. I remember months ago that you were showcasing a tower map for Iceborne. What happened to the project? I can tell you. People are still working, or were working on it, but Sunbreak threw kind of a wrench in it, because a lot of people lost their interest in Monster Hunter because of Rise and Sunbreak. So I'm not even sure if all people who were working on the project are still playing. Oh yeah, this is the game where you had only like 5 letters to make a name. You know what? Stop with the BS! Let's call ourselves Hamter. If it even fits. So basically what I can tell you what happened to the project is I think not everyone who worked on the project is still dabbling in Monster Hunter. Maybe it's gonna get released, maybe it is already released and I haven't been paying attention, but that's my latest kind of update on that. Damn, got here. Customization options. I don't know. As interesting as Monster Hunter drama gets, I'm a firm believer that the Monster Hunter content has always been very cringe. Didn't you play Rise a few minutes ago? Zephy, I haven't played Rise since Title Update 1. It's been a long time. Is this the game that had Doria? I want Doria. Ooh. Ah, this was the voice I had for my very first Monster Hunter character ever. Oh yeah, this is nostalgic, I'm taking that. Oh, you mean when it comes to streaming? Yeah, okay. When it comes to streaming, I had Rise at the category earlier, because I forgot how to stream. Monster Hunter drama is usually this person cheated, this person catfished a dude, this person catfished himself, and this person cheated on his catfished boyfriend. Something like that. I'm not paying attention. You're Nightmare, welcome. Sunbreak, the thing is with Sunbreak, it's one of those things where people, there's a lot of talk about the game, but not that many people are playing the game. I think currently more people are playing World and Iceborne than Sunbreak. And Sunbreak is the current Monster Hunter game, you know? How do I even run? Oh, at the button where you always run. I'm an idiot. Chat, is this a safe place? Can I say the R word without being banned? I'm not used to throwing out my gamer lingo for safe Twitch lingo. The thing is, for all the shit that Monster Hunter is getting, especially the newer ones, Monster Hunter World definitely scratched an itch for a lot of people, and that game got a lot of shit and still gets a lot of shit. Oh yeah, you started with a hunter's knife, just enough money to buy pants. You're a Barbie Ken doll, for some reason, also high corona. So no crotch, no life, packing a little bit of a dumpy but has a skid mark in between his cheeks, but that's okay. That's okay, chat. Skid marks are allowed in this chat. I can say anything now? Well, I'll keep that in mind. By the way, I don't have to say that, but I'm a little bit of an imbecile. and I don't know how to increase the quality on the PlayStation 2 emulator. I mean, on my original PlayStation 2 that I'm playing on right now, because I purchased the game just to stream it. I'm a good boy, Capcom. And Sony, please don't incarcerate me. I still have a lot of felonies to obtain in my life. But first, the first thing a man does is search for his meat, and that's exactly what we're gonna do now. You Sentinel, welcome. I didn't touch the title update 2 and 3, not necessarily because I wasn't interested, but I had to study a lot, and I guess I forgot the controls. I forgot. Right analog stick, baby. New Zebra, welcome. You're still subscribed? What the fuck? I was wondering because I got 2 Twitch payouts while I didn't do anything. Actually, I'm not even doing anything right now. Now it makes sense. Accents square are inverted, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. No, SNS isn't OP in this game. The old, I want to spin my camera and then I attack. The old razzle dazzle. This relic is you attack with the right analog stick. Forward is triangle, sideways is circle, backwards is triangle and circle. Why they did that when they had plenty of buttons to choose from, I don't know. I truly don't know. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, I had to study a lot, and I can tell you now, we're deep enough into the game. I'm gonna keep the in-game sound for now, and then later on I'm gonna turn on music again. Nah, we had this discussion a little bit earlier, Zebra. I'm gonna keep the controls as terrible as possible, because I like to suffer, and I want to self-insert in video games. That's the exact reason why I'm gathering poop now. Because gathering feces in the middle of the road is exactly what I'm known for in my hood. The stench is making my eyes tear. He doesn't gather, he takes like a mouthful. That's where he's gathering shit, because he has no pouch. And his front pouch is also, his Barbie pouch is also empty. Oh my god! I'm gonna take some time until I get used to that. But yeah, I can tell now why I've been gone for so long. After this humongous fart, apparently. Thank you, Tasty. Thank you. Well, this is literal PS2 graphics because I have to break it to you, but this is an actual, genuine PS2 games. The Allies fought a war to get the PS2 to the West. At least that's what I've been telling myself. Okay, now that the fart has subsided, I can tell you. I've been studying, if I were to say what, I would have to say German law. It's very difficult to translate the exact kind of things I've been studying for, but I got some licenses. I'm basically allowed to purchase and own a firearm. That's one of those things. I'm a certified first aid helper, firefighter, kind of. I'm allowed to do that as well. And everything that has something to do with security as well. That's basically what I've been doing. Yeah, I'm partially American though. Thank you for the bit, Tasty. Appreciate it. I know it's been kind of sucked dry, the joke, but I haven't done it in like 3 or 4 months. Now I can finally feed my hamster. I appreciate it. That's basically what I've been doing, and since I had to study for 8 different topics, and I had to basically learn an entire book and like the paragraphs for certain laws, and then I had to apply those paragraphs in a written and non-written test, and that was a lot of studying. And the test I took has apparently only a 60% success chance. So 4 out of 10 people fail, pretty much. And our group had I think, 88% success rate. Number sounds familiar, but yeah, that was very time consuming. Then we got shit faced. Getting ready for the winter power cuts. Well, the thing is, I'm a walking heater, pretty much. When it's freezing cold outside, I'm sweating. I make love to random person number 5. I'm pretty much looking like I just came out of fucking swimming course. Wait, I got my meat right. I got my meat. Do you remember the early money making strat? If you're referring to what Fatalis earlier said, probably have to sell my body to like the vendors. But I do not remember the early money making strat. I was always struggling for cash when I played this game. No, Sarah, welcome. Hold on. I gotta do the shoutouts myself. My mods, they probably thought when they got the, what is it called, the notification that I've been streaming, or that I just started streaming. Whoops. That was the wrong command. I was talking about mods and then I accidentally typed it. I'm an imbecile. They probably thought it was just a Fata Morgana or something. I can't ban anyone, I'm way too lazy for that. You're a man though. Quick, count your pubes. This is like the zenith of your entire life. You turn 18 and then you notice that's nothing special. And then you turn 21 and then you notice you wasted your entire life. Oh, Sentinel is here. My bad. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? But yeah, I'm not really concerned about the power cuts that much. I haven't turned on my heater in this apartment since I moved in, pretty much. So I'm good. And my hamster is morbidly obese. If she runs too fast, she creates so much friction that she just starts setting a blaze herself. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I couldn't really game. I didn't play anything except the new Digimon game, and I also was studying pretty much the entire time. I had online courses, and then after the online courses we had tests, like 72 question tests every single day, theme related tests, etc, etc. So that's why. And also each time I checked into Twitter, we had some random shit going on. Like, first of all, the TA wiki shit. There was some drama about that. Then something about paid, what is it, weapon cosmetics, I think. And after the paid weapon cosmetics shit, there was something else. Oh yeah, the most recent thing is Devil Joe eating his own penis. And that's, you know, when you think there's something that's not even worth mentioning because you just assume everyone knows it. Not in a condescending way, like, I studied something and I know about it. If you don't know about it, you're dumb. Not in this kind of way, but more in the sense of, I thought everyone knew that Devil Joe used to be able to eat his tail, but apparently this is, like, lost knowledge. It's witchcraft. Gasp! A monster eating a severed body part? I guess it is kind of interesting. But not for me, because I can't excite myself for anything. I'm dried out from the inside. Yo, Kaylee, welcome. Or how do you want me to pronounce your name? Kaylee Yaucho. When it comes to drama, I love anything. Oh yeah, there was something about someone leaving from TDS as well. But like, drama surrounding people is usually boring as fuck. But when it's drama surrounding like Capcom itself, I think it's a little bit more funny, because then you can see where people stand, on which side they stand on. With $100 multi-million company, like AAA company, or the people. Who cares if a big company makes
gajillion more money by monetizing weapon skins that has been for free since forever. Just don't buy it, bro.
But the thing is that I guess I can start talking about it while we're at the topic. The problem is that this is basically company 101 where you try to insert monetization in kind of every nook and cranny, and then you encroach very slowly upon the customer's kind of point of no return, where they think, hombre, you're a little bit too close. That's a little bit too of an aggressive monetization, eh? And then they take a step back. And then they take like half a step forward so that you don't notice. It's like if you're trying to approach an animal. If you're too fast, they get riled up, they run away, they feel threatened, etc. But if you get closer a little bit, and at some point, they're gonna be past the point that a couple years ago or a couple weeks ago you were saying, hey, that's a little bit too far. But then you realize that's no longer the standard. That's actually something that people were okay with a while ago, and you're now way further than that. So what I'm trying to say is basically anything that we took for granted back then at some point is going to be something that we have to pay for, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like first the layered clothes, like armors, etc. Then at some point I'm not gonna be that surprised. Oh yeah, it's X. I'm not gonna be that surprised if at some point we actually have to pay for like battle passes, or there's gonna be a Monster Hunter that's gonna be constantly updated, and we have to pay for like stamina bars. Oh, Hunter, you can't take another hunt today because, look, you have 13 stamina, and if you want to hunt afflicted 120 Rathlos, you need 25 stamina. Sorry, chap, take a nap and go back. Or buy this highly valued pack from our shop for 25 buckaronis. Delicious. Cat girls. Well, Zany, I gotta ask. With cat girls, do you mean female cats, or do you talk about women that are just very, very hairy, having for some reason the biological evolution of having 2 additional cat ears on their head, and like a cat butt plug without the butt plug, it's just the tail? I gotta ask, I need to know. Elon Musk buying Twitter so you can pay $8 a month for a useless checkmark. The whole Elon Musk thing, I don't really give a shit, or Twitter in general, because I know it's a meme, but for me personally, I don't put much value in Twitter whatsoever, because it genuinely isn't the real place. I know it has a lot of control over certain things, like Reddit, being able to influence like certain elections, or 4chan, where if you do like glowy propaganda or something like that. But so basically, it is a very effective platform. But if you're just the average Joe, I just don't give a flying fuck, to be honest. I'm hardly on Twitter. Discord the same. I'm only in my DMs. If someone wants something from me, I go there. I check my DMs on Twitter kind of daily, but my timeline is basically full of hamsters. And then the occasional tweet that slips through that is semi-sane, followed up by 500 tweets that are insane. If it's too much here, then that's just furry, and cat is just a cat. A fine line, I would say. That's way too intellectual for me. I'm boring. I'm a very trad person. I like my women non-hairy and human-looking. I know this might be a very disgusting thing to say, especially on Twitter and on Twitch. But I like my women like women, and not purring and having a tail and like cat noses. I think that would be actually very demoralizing, seeing your wife in the toilet vomiting up 3 hairballs, and you just look like they're shell-shocked, seeing that she hardly gagged with a 10-inch diameter. Is it called diameter? Furball, but then she gagged. Okay, actually, I don't know. I'm just gonna cease here. I don't want to be age restricted in the first 15 minutes of streaming. Oh. This isn't second gen. This is the very first Monster Hunter. This is first gen. It's the precursor. Look at this Schmied. Oh, that's my donation alert. Can I? Okay. No, Sunbreak isn't boring, but okay, I'm a speedrunner. That means when I think I'm too slow, I walk very fast until I kick the earth fast enough to be considered running. And I do it speedy. But I also like killing monsters in Monster Hunter very fast. And since every single title update introduces a new level of power creep, and I still have no idea what even curio crafting means, or if I just dreamed it all up in like a drunken stupor, I'm not very sure about that, but pretty much the plan right now is I'm just gonna wait until title update 3 is out, and then I'm gonna accumulate all the knowledge I can get, do some speedruns, like 20 or so in like 1 week, and then I'm just gonna vanish again for 3 months. I always do that. I've always fed gaps in my uploads after being so productive that people think I'm a robot and I don't sleep. Little do they know, I'm a sleepy robot. The best way of grinding money for me was always just getting Katku scales from Kaka scales. It is the new Rise update. It's called A Blast from the Past, but nothing's really blasting. It's more like a very quiet fart. Oh, to craft shit here, you have to actually bring the requirements to the smithy. That's way too realistic. I don't like my games realistic. This is Sunbreak 2. Oh, in case people forgot, I turned on the bot again, the stream bot, the chat bot, so you can spam farts. But don't overdo it, otherwise I will turn it off. But you can have your fun. In case my commentary becomes too mind-bogglingly insane. Okay, I'm gonna make the bone hammer. The bone hammer is very bony, just like me. It has a timer. Can't spam it anyway. The small bone hammer thingy, what I'm looking at right now, I'm gonna use hammer for this game, even though hammers can't KO yet. The reason why is because every other weapon is kind of shit. Lance is busted in if you have super strong weapons and fight against low-rank monsters because you can just infinitely stagger lock them. But everything else, there's no longsword, greatsword can't charge, dual blades don't exist, gun lance is just a tiny little sperm and Tsujimoto's big fat nutsack. Hammer is pretty good, hunting horn hasn't duded its first dude yet, then we have Insect Glaive and Charge Blade are pretty much just a mushroom trip away from being in existence, but it's gonna take some time until that. Bow also doesn't exist. Good, that's why there's so many animals left. But so far, it deals good damage without charges, but the problem is you're gonna eat a charge every single time you're trying to do any attack. Reason for this is because every charge is as wide as the monster. There is a heavy bowgun and a light bowgun. And monsters have like 3 moves, so the chance of them charging at you is just very high. Just like I am. Bob Marley, leave me. It's to climb a little bit. You got an ad? I'm sorry. I once had ads, and I was bedridden for days. I'll turn off ads, to be honest. I think the only way to turn off ads is to just not stream. I don't want you guys to get an ad, cause honestly, I talk a lot of dumb stuff, but if you miss out on one thing, then maybe you're gonna have like a continuity error in my shit talking, because one sentence build up upon the last one. If you get an ad, that's kind of disruptive. Where did I disappear to? I said it earlier, I explained it. I was basically studying a lot. I had to go travel to the other side of Germany for like a week to take 5 tests. One was a shooting test, one was a fire extinguishing test, one was first aid test. Then there was a written test, a written weapon and ammunition test, then a written and non-written main test, and I need spider webs, I forgot. And that was all done in 1 week. But leading up to this 1 week, I had to study for, oh my god, I had to study for 3 months. It was a lot of stuff, man. It was pretty difficult as well. But alas, I'm back now. My brain has increased 3 times the size. I knew things that I didn't know before. Figures, that happens when you learn. But yeah, technically I can do any security job I want now. I can work... security usually sounds like it's like a bodyguard or standing in front of a disco being a... What is it called? There's a specific term for it. Pusher? Bouncer? Yeah, bouncer. Something like that. And... I can do way more than that. I can work at an airport, not necessarily like doing controls. I can supervise events. Of course, I can do like security for normal people. And since I'm standing very close, pretty much to the border of Luxembourg, you wash dishes, and your net salary, net after deducting taxes and all that stuff, is still gonna be very close to 3K a month as a dishwasher. I looked into it a little bit. If I'm lucky, and I need some experience, is what I've been told. I'm just gonna work 3 months as something random. And then I'm gonna work as like a, what is it called? Event security person or something. And then I'll get like my 6 to 7K a month. And then I can just dangle my nutsack and build a house in... Actually, yeah, easily I could buy myself and my mom a house before I even turn 40. And myself easily before I turn 35. Because how much money do I spend every month? Like, on myself, maybe $1,000 at most. Yo, sure enough, 2 ads for it. Dude, you didn't even have to tell me who you are and I can already tell. Okay, do I have my shit? I have my spider webs and I needed herb. Good. No, my hamster, funnily enough, hasn't become that obese. She's way too lively. Okay, there was some hidden gathering spot around here. Actually, I lied. I always assume that, but it never is here. Good old games, they don't tell you shit. Your voice isn't the only action star about you. What do you mean with action star? Oh, you mean because of the training I got. Yeah, I mean... Hot Frost, I would appreciate it if you don't make me look like an idiot in front of my friends. That's all I have, to look like I know what I'm doing. I may have forgotten where to get herbs from. It's not necessarily an item I gather a lot from, if you catch my drift. Can you stop hugging me? We're still in a pandemic, bro. But yeah, this is where I have been at. I'm not gonna leave again for ages. I can't promise to stream often, because from what I understand, I have like 12-hour shifts, and you can probably guess, after 12-hour doing work, you don't really want to necessarily stream afterwards. But videos, I will definitely do videos. But only when Title Update 3 comes out with Amatsu and the Malzino variant. Nice, Pixelwood. That's exactly how you have to approach life. Everyone you see, you have to imagine this person. There's only three options. Either they're gonna abandon me after leaving me sore and unsatisfied in my bed, or they're gonna turn me into pepperoni sausage in their pepperoni sausage cellar. I only mentioned two things, and I actually hope you wouldn't notice, but then I brought it up myself. Didn't they? It's gonna be variants. Yeah, Mazino variants, and there's still the ID for Amatsu. Or where people heavily assume it's Amatsu, because the ID is right after Zenogre. But not close enough to be like Stygian or something. Is it? Then maybe another update. I'm not sure how many updates we're gonna get, but I'm assuming not that many. I think they're also using the updates to kind of test the waters to see how many people are gonna buy the new monetization thingies. I don't want them to bring in... it's kind of weird to say that, to be honest, but there's some monsters I would like to come back, but there are also monsters I don't like to come back in what is it called? In Rise. One of them is Akantor, and the other one is Molten Tigrex. Because I don't want to fight them with like Warbug combat and all that stuff. Because I don't know how it is for you, but Warbugs and stuff is kind of funny. Because in short bursts, it's a lot of fun. But for an entire game, a gimmick can only last so long. And the amazing part about Monster Hunter is that the weapons feel so good to play. Especially if they're doing good damage. But if you're having most of your damage logged behind some shitty insect, having its siesta longer or shorter depending on what skills you use, it's very kind of exhausting seeing you just wait for this one split second for your shitty Wirebug to recharge so that you can use this omnipotent counter to counter the biggest dragon Nova in existence that spawned the fucking universe, but your Wirebug was sleepy a little bit and then you die. That's kind of annoying. I would rather... the only thing I want to rely on is myself, and I have to rely on like basically gimmicks to do good damage or to be safe from certain attacks. Not really my cup of tea. I'm trying to kind of burst through this game, by the way. Don't worry, I'm not gonna drag my ass through this game. Because I heard the title update is gonna be the end or late November. And depending on how often I stream, this game might take a little bit. The monsters that would be perfect, absolutely perfect to be in Sunbreak, are very huge monsters, because they could add something like with Narwa in the Ibusi, where you could use the Warbox and like traversing higher environments to get to, I don't know, favorable places, or on top of the monster, etc. With Narwa and Ibushi was kind of, no, with Narva only, was kind of clowny, where just two random stones come close to her nutsack whenever she falls over. Whoops. And same with her cannons just randomly popping out of the ground. But I would like it if, for example, Yamatsukami came back and we're supposed to zip to his tentacles. And then after his tentacles you would be able to go to his back, fuck his back up a little bit because he has a mean pimple up there. And then, I don't know, you could take advantage of mechanics, wow. But now they're basically like just super attacks, Wirebugs. The Lamador for sure. But the problem is, the bigger the monster is, the bigger the map has to be where it's on, and the more resources they have to put in. And having to put those resources in a free title update, I mean, they did it for Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Because Fatalis and Elatrion, well, for Elatrion they just... you know what they did? They just took Safi Jiva's map and then made up some random bullshit about...
Actually, Elatrion came there because he smelled Safi... Yeah, they wanted to fight. And actually, Safi Jiva is very strong. He could fight Fatalis, but Elatrion... he maybe he fled from Fatalis, but maybe not.
Buy this book and then you will find out. That's the thing they did with Lachion. And Fatty, they gave him a proper map, amazing map, that was cool. But for Delameter, they had to make, what, Crag Spire... what is the map called? The Ominous Spare Tip Crag, whatever, something like that. They would have to make a huge-ass map, a shit ton of polygons for this giant-ass snake. And they probably threw it on the 3DS because they were thinking, yeah, it's big. But it's also pixelated. Do you like pixelated, chat? The thing is that positioning and iframes and all that stuff kind of dead for most melee weapons in Iceborne, not in Iceborne, in Sunbreak. Because you don't have to do positioning for defensive purposes. Wirebug guards or evasions, whatever, are omnidirectional and usually like 360 degrees. And they give you like super armor, they're a counter, they do a shit ton of damage, so you kind of want to get hit. And it's the same thing with iframes, where you kind of don't want to use them because the iframes are so short, and you don't get much out of it. Lucifer, I indeed am playing on an emulator. But don't tell Capcom, I'm begging you. Because Capcom loves turning people into dumplings in their dumpling cellar. Heard stories about them, stories I made up myself. Okay, I think I'm good. What's my secret worth? Lucy... You already got me where you were asking me what my price is. You can have whatever you want, baby. Or what's the male version of baby? Actually, there was a joke, I can't get it together anymore, I don't remember, but there was a joke where someone said we should rename babies to what was it, a different word? To refer to female babies. Because it's like pandering to male babies, and then a dude, just a comment, just ripped me in half where he said, well, babies is like gender neutral. And then her answer was just sexist. Sometimes I wonder if I'm really just in a fucking simulation. And they're just people dancing for me, for my entertainment. I wake up, look at Twitter, laugh, shit and come, and then I go to bed again. Bed. That's very wholesome. Am I close enough to the microphone? Because I'm kind of slumped into my chair right now. Okay, I got enough herbs. I wanted to get as much as possible so that I get some potions. I don't think you can buy potions in this game. It's very scuffed. Oops. Good, because it's very comfy. Yeah, no one has anything against switch skills at all. Because it gives your weapon basically more options. And if you like your weapon, you want it to be good in any environment. And there are some playstyles that are more preferable for different monsters. For example, there's Axe Hopper, Counter Peak Performance. I know those are wirebug skills, but for CB, like switching between Cabbage Axe and SADs is pretty cool. The issue is that Cabbage in Sunbreak and Rise is just caca. It's stronger than SAD on average, but it just doesn't feel good to use, man. I get conniptions just thinking about it. Oh yeah, maybe he is a Monster Hunter 1. I forgot. But yeah, switch skills are amazing. I hope they... Oops. Let's just go to base camp after grabbing some honey. I noticed that I like the simplicity of some weapons a lot. And the more complicated a weapon gets, the less I like it if it was simpler before. Like charge blade being a complicated weapon, I don't mind, because it always has been kind of more on the difficult side, mechanically. Not to say that, oh, if you can't learn it, you're dumb, or people who do know how to use it are super smart. But the simplicity of hammer and greatsword, for example, was my main draw point. I do big charge, big damage, takes me some time, but the payoff is well worth it. But the more you add onto it, the more it kind of becomes more like homework to get a shortcut as fast as possible to your highest damage combo. And I noticed in World and Iceborne, I played less weapons than ever before. And in Rise and Sunbreak, I legit only played CB and a little bit of Greatsword. I wouldn't say I'm a coffee drinker, to be honest. I don't even have coffee at home at the moment. I drink like one coffee every 2 or 3 days. It's a little bit like a morning ritual sometimes for me where I drink coffee, but most of the time I don't drink coffee. Yes, a casual playthrough, because I'm trying to kill some time until the 3rd title update comes out. And after the... I would like to do speedruns on stream, but people are saying, I don't like if you ban all the time. Even though I'm the fucking... I do 3 attempts and I get the world record, man. No, that's actually not true. I have very terrible luck in speedruns. But I know this sounds... actually, you know what, I don't care. But for me, my pure skill is enough to brute force through shitty RNG. It sounds weird, but if you were watching all of my attempts, you can see that it looks... all of the attempts look kind of good. I just get shit RNG all the time. And I have to brute force. Monster does like... I fight Gold Rathian, takes like 3 minutes for her first backflip. Other people get backflip to backflip until the monster dies. It's very sad. If I had RNG and skill, dude, it would take me like 2 seconds for 2 seconds to go over. That's how good I would be. Fatty, I don't think the backpack man is here. Oh no, you legit can't... Well, we have a city drunk. Well, you can't even call this a city. But we do have... no one selling potions. This is still the age where potions were witchcraft. Okay, 2 small monster bones. Okay, I need to beat up some Aptonoths. That's annoying. I also need pickaxes, but I'm broke. I'm really broke. Actually, I don't need pickaxes, I need bones. Jeez. Hot Frost, are you looking that stuff up? Or are you just smart? I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and retract my insult calling you smart. But we all know that knowing more than yourself is usually... there has to be a trick behind it. You have to have it written on your hand or something. Or you had to have googled it like 3 seconds prior. There's no way that you know that what I don't know. Not in Monster Hunter, me in general, in life, all the time. So you're a banker, and you know a lot of stuff about money. How is that? How did you attain this knowledge that I haven't attained because I've never looked for this information myself? Care to explain? Well, Hammer not being able to KO, you can kind of circumvent getting your ass kicked by turning off this game, because there's no other way, I gotta tell you. Wow, that's also my source. play a lot of first gen Monster Hunter. I can dig playing Monster Hunter 1 more. Uh, but only because I haven't done any online stuff yet. Sushi Fish. My dementia is kicking again. Oh, this is also the first run-in we're gonna get with the Bog Hog, the Squeal Pig. Thank you, Austrian. And thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, at some point I'm gonna do speedruns again on stream. I like doing speedruns, and I invest a lot of time in them. And if I were to upload any run that would be considered good, and not a run that I would consider good, I would have way more runs. But I have to be honest, when the game comes out early, I kind of poop out videos sometimes, and then I look at them and I'm like, how the fuck could you upload it? You got hit once in like 18 minutes. Disgusting. Oh my god. Oh my god. What I'm expecting from Monster Hunter 6 is it's probably gonna move into the same direction as World and Rise, because they sold a lot, and Rise was altered after they saw the success of Monster Hunter World to be more like Monster Hunter World. The initial Monster Hunter Rise, if we were playing a demo, would be very different, more like a older Monster Hunter. But then they retroactively altered it a little bit, so I don't see any reason for Monster Hunter 6 not to be this way. They're gonna go with the same model of having content, which is kind of easy, then giving us buffed versions of normal ass monsters, and they're gonna go very deep into the microtransaction stuff. I heard some very dangerous things that you know every single time in Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak as well, you want a character create, and then you notice a very essential hairstyle or makeup or whatever isn't available at launch. Conveniently, this DLC character that adds hairstyles for people that actually were asking for this hairstyle are being added retroactively, and it costs money. Gosh jolly gee. What a quinky dink. That's exactly how I imagine it to be. Monster-wise, they need a very solid base roster. I felt the base roster of Rise was fucking weak, for example, and in World as well, kind of. But I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna have their own thing first in the base game, with kind of plenty new monsters, and then add a lot of crowd pleasers and monsters that are easy money, which are most monsters from second and third gen. What else? More talking, more English talking, of course. They're gonna shove down NPCs down our throats, because talking about certain characters keeps the game in circulation, because people like to jerk off to 2D characters, which I want to say it's fine, but they're not doing it to be nice or see you stroke your big wiener. But they wanna have people talk about it, and when someone says, "Oh, I want to coom to this person. Where can I coom to this person?"
Oh, glad that you asked. Play Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak on the Switch, PC, or... Yeah, actually, that's it, bro.
Well, Pixel, yours is kind of, They're Capcom. They have a kind of a track record recently, where they're saying it's none of my business. It's not my job to do this, and one of those things are insects, snake wyverns, which are very popular monsters in the West. not so much in the East, and they also think it's too much effort to do them because every monster has their own rig, what we sometimes consider as skeleton. And a lot of monsters are usually built off of a base version of that, and then are either heavily or slightly altered. More heavily recently, but they're still using like the kind of a base version of a certain rig. And if you have an insect, but you only have a single monster using the same rig, then you have to do all this work for just Celtis. And Capcom just doesn't give a flying fuck about that. And the same thing for Najarala. There's only one snake wyvern that would be able to also take advantage of that. That's Tidal Najarala. And Delamidor, but we all know Delamidor kind of is dead. Delamidor is never coming back. But yeah, that's pretty much their thought process for most monsters. That's why you remember the one video I did where I said Tigrex, Nargacuga, and etc. are not going to be a monster in the world, and I was right because I said there's no monster that builds off of their skeleton. And for a free title update of a game that's basically waiting to get its DLC to get those monsters, like those hyped monsters, no way. No way. And I was right. We got them in Sunbreak. And then Tigrex and Nargacuga are using the same base, same as Barioth. Barioth also came back. Ooh. Damn, sometimes it's very difficult being mildly intelligent. Almost every flying wyvern uses the base Rathalos rig. I don't want to say skeleton because Asterisk is gonna beat me up. He said it's not a skeleton. There's also way more to that, but usually if it takes too much time because they have deadlines, they have to kind of gauge where do people think that they got their money's worth, and do we want to overshoot it? Because the more we do right now, technically the less we have to do for future games, but then the ooh, this monster is back kind of factor has been compromised by an earlier game, possibly in an inferior game. Do you know what I'm saying? Why do you think we haven't gotten Zamtrios back in a while? Because for Zamtrios also using a unique kind of skeleton. So, no Zamtrios, no Tetsukabra, no... Is there another monster? I forgot. Still two. Okay. But now first I think it's Velociprey time. The first monster hunt. Lagi's not... Look, you know I'm giving shit a lot to Insectglaive, right? And do you wanna finally know why that is? Because Insectglaive changed how the entirety of Monster Hunter is being played. First, Insectglaive, you probably noticed, Insectglaive was super busted. It's the strongest melee weapon by far in Monster Hunter 4 and in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. There's nothing that comes close, except for some matchups, Greatsword comes kind of close. But the reason is because it has only been tested as like a aerial spam, mounting spam kind of weapon. But since they thought, oh, mounting is kind of busted and makes IG way too strong, they would need to make every weapon be able to mount. So they added ledges to every old map, which you probably noticed. But monsters, they can't interact well with those ledges. It kind of fucks with pretty much anything. Attack tracking, also some monsters, especially in Rise and Sunbreak, that's longer, and the center of their body is very far away from the end and the start of the body. Almudron, for example. Topples, it's half of its body is like inside of the wall, 10 feet in the air. They're just not made to work on very ledgy and bumpy terrain. And also we get shit like those dunes in the 4th gen and all that stuff. It's all because of IG, because they thought, oh, mounting is fun, yeah, we want verticality in our games. And swimming has kind of lost its reason to be even there due to that. Because swimming was, oh, we love verticality. Now we have swimming. We can go up and down 3D movement. And then we have like climbing that was added in 4th gen. Climbing, like faster climbing, basically. And also mounting with IG, etc, etc. And now we have wire bugs. We can zing around. There's gonna be something else because they like their verticality. But I think underwater, it's just not worth it probably for them. And it's not very popular. There are some people who like it, I can understand. I personally don't. I hate swimming. But there's some very cool monsters that come from aquatic-only environments. Abyssallagi, Cedeus is cool. I think Nakarkos would be very cool underwater. There's some other monsters that could... like amphibian and aquatic monsters that are just amazing design-wise. They're never gonna made into actuality because we don't have water. Yeah, exactly. It's not the fault of IG, but ledges are the fault of IG. And Laggy, they said, oh, we can't make neck physics to work. No, it's because if you have a big monster and it's being obstructed by ledges and it's super long, like a serpentine body, and you have ledges and like a thick forest and shrubbery all in the way, it's gonna fuck how the monster's gonna interact. The only moves it would be allowed to have are stationary moves. And that sucks. It sucks a lot. And since you know how cramped Ancient Forest is, you know exactly why they took that decision. So Lagi, it had its best chance to be in Rise and Sunbreak, which is kind of flat as fuck. So yeah, it's unfortunate for all the Lagi bros. I'm not that big of a fan of Lagi. I admire his aesthetics, but the combat I was never really that big of a fan. It's kind of whatever. Yo, welcome. It's in the middle of November, and you dare post a reindeer. I'm befuddled at your reaction, but in actuality, I've been seeing Christmas stuff for like 3 or 4 weeks already in stores, so I'm not surprised. Shalom. Did you just assume my religion? I can't believe it. What if I don't celebrate Christmas, bigot? Can you explain that to me? Kwanzaa? What do the Jews celebrate? Because that's what I'm not celebrating. Oh. Okay, I guess we're now at 2-star? Ah. That's a solid No, it's that's what I'm not celebrating because I'm not Jewish. But I'm also not... What is Kwanzaa from? Actually, I'm not celebrating anything. It doesn't have to do anything with my religions, because... What bullshit reason can I make up? I never watched Santa... what's that fucking show, man? I need to know the show in English. The Secret World of Santa Claus. I never watched that. Actually, it's a lie, I watched it. Gruntelbeard, whatever his name was in the show. We're allowed to assume with no repercussions. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, exactly. It's Weihnachtsmann and Kokage. Oh, we're gonna do something fun, bros. And I would actually like to kill it, but I don't have the weapon. And I'm gonna eat every single instant charge he's gonna do, because the hitbox is just so humongous. So I'm probably gonna die. Instantly. Kwanzaa is a made-up holiday by some whack-ass dude. I was wondering, because I've never heard it being affiliated with any religion. I only heard the term Kwanzaa. Yo, call me. How do you want me to call you? Oh my god. Weihnachtsmann, sag mir, wieso bist du so schlau? I can't tell you. I can't even tell while I'm disabled. So I can't tell you why you're not.
Breed me.
Oh. Just trim is fine. Damn. Now your name has bamboozled me now. But it's okay. I shall call you Trim. My political stance on Belgians, I wouldn't turn you into pepperoni pizza, but I would turn you probably into salami. But the problem is, I have to ask a question for Chad. If someone, not me, just a hypothetical scenario. If you were being turned into pepperoni, as pepperoni sausage, how many pepperoni sausages do you think you would be able to wield? I may or may not write a paper for university. I'm not, but I may or may not. But the answer is I'm not. It's a very important question. If I don't know it, I shall perish. I forgot. I think on this setting I have my delay very high, because this is a different streaming profile I'm using right now. No, you would wield. Yield, my bad. 389 sausages. You watched the entire Monster Hunter tier list? Oh my god. I just thought I would upload it because we had that going on. But retroactively I would change my mind on certain things. I would just put monkey probably a little bit lower. You get 15 sausages out of me. And one more into you. As he's cutting meat from a dead infant dinosaur. Ah, there we go, finally. Let's go. Let's mosey, chat. 14 if you're a woman. Who says I'm not? Mom, chat is assuming things again. I'm not being able to access all the content in this game. I'm not, but you can. I don't mean you, I mean people in general can actually access content in this game. Online content and stuff. But I didn't bother looking it up. I'm very lazy, if you can tell. Some women already have a salami. Wow, then they don't go to bed hungry. Good for them. I need a sausage in me. Actually, I haven't eaten a sausage in quite a while. I don't know, it's just not a food that I think about when I'm thinking about stuffing my face. No community hunts? I'm not much of a community hunter, I'm a solo player. For those people who don't know who I am, I'm the dude wearing the gorilla dress outside of your window, raking in the leaves, and if you ask me what the fuck I'm doing, I just grunt and shit myself. I can't hunt this Rathalos. Okay. What the fuck? It is possible. But he's doing so much damage, and the instant charge, oops. The instant charge in this game is, they always do 2 full turns, first of all. Yukami, thank you for the sub. Tier 3 as well, man. Love it. Thanks, man. Appreciate the love. But every single time he would turn around, or even not turn around, sometimes they charge if you're kind of close in front of them. The instant charge has a very huge range. It basically, when he's charging, you see the first ligament on his wing, the first finger. If I'm standing underneath it, I'm already getting hit. I tried it once. I played this game a little bit in my free time. I tried it once, and it was very miserable. Very miserable. But with Hammer, it's kind of doable. But with S&S, yeah, it's very annoying because the fighting controls, for those people who don't know, on the Monster Hunter 1 PS2 game, you have to attack with the right analog stick. And with S&S, you have to basically jerk it left and right. It's very clunky. It's very, very clunky. That's why I'm gonna get a hammer. With hammer, I don't have to move the analog stick that much, since I'm mostly charging. It's the only good Monster Hunter game, if you ask some people. I do kind of want to carve. The oldest Monster Hunter game I can go back to is and enjoy it is Freedom 1. Freedom 1, the thing is, the weapons feel better, but Freedom 2 and Freedom Unite definitely polished up the second gen a lot. And Portal 3rd is super easy to go back to. Portal 3rd is like, you can just turn it on, go to Amatsu, fuck Amatsu up. Huh? Oh! And, but in first gen, everything is very clunky, and Monster Hunter 1 is like the clunkiest, chunkiest chungus. It got a sequel because I think when people said, hey, you hunt monsters, I go in game and you actually hunt monsters, I'm convinced. Sign me up. I didn't play those on stream. I have never played those, actually, I think. I'm not sure, because sometimes I'm thinking I did play it, because I know some things about it. But then I can't remember when that is supposed to be, or when that has supposedly has happened. Okay. Time to grab some eggs. That keeps you playing it? I just started for the stream. I did a poll. I asked, do you want me to play basically the newest Monster Hunter or the oldest? And people said, play the oldest one, old man. And that's what I'm doing. Also, I'm not old. So I'm just doing this because people asked. Never ask me for anything ever again. Nope. I started with the first Monster Hunter. When it came out, May 2005, I played it. I remember. Because on the same day, a friend of mine bought Monster Hunter 1 and Godzilla Saved the Earth. And we played Monster Hunter 1 first. He got stuck on Kutku. Then we played Godzilla. He got his ass kicked. Then I borrowed those two games. They were amazing. And then I bought off Monster Hunter 1 from him. I also got stuck on Kutku though. But not long, a little bit. And then I got stuck on Gypsy Rose because I was using Hammer. Because I had the highest AR, display AR at least. Then I was like, yo, this weapon's strong. And then I bounced because I didn't understand hit zones. And I didn't understand cutting and impact hit zones. Then I switched to my true love, a greatsword, and I fucked him up. And then I breezed through the game pretty easily until the last quest, Troublesome Pair in the Swamp. And I beat the quest with 1 second to spare. I will never forget that, man. Oh yeah, I got stuck on Rathalos, never mind. He kicked my ass. But I was an idiot. Every time he went to Area 5 to sleep, I didn't follow him. Because I didn't like fighting there in this area because of the Velocipraise. And I didn't know that monsters would actually heal when they sleep. How could I know? Yeah, so I always timed out. I only tried like 2 or 3 times. But 50-minute hunts are very, very exhausting. I don't understand... Oh shit. I don't understand people who can play 30-minute for every quest, like pure hunting, and don't get physically drained from that. I kind of suspected that would happen. But that's no issue. If this game is exactly like the other games, I can kill these monsters here and they don't respawn on Equus. Same. Yeah. Oh, and also in the first and second gen, you can cleave Velocipraise in half if you hit them mid-air and they're about to die. Yeah, they feel very exhausting. I don't understand that. It's not even a matter of skill issue. If it takes you this long, it's a matter of you respect the monster too much and you don't know, you know too little about your weapon, and you respect the monster too much. If you're so afraid to attack the monster that you turn out to have like a 30-minute hunt or timeout, then the damage we're dealing, that's basically like monster has 20,000 HP, let's say, has 50 minutes. That would mean you do like what, 400 damage per minute only? No, actually, I fucked up. Something math. You're doing way too little damage. That's what I'm just trying to say. Okay, actually, fuck the Rathalos squatting in area 2. I'm just grabbing the egg. I'm immortal. Yauchi. Where I've been, I can tell you where I've been. But I won't. I said it twice already. I'm gonna say it a third time as well. But not now. I'm not talking about like powered up versions. Hypers and like some afflicted monsters, I can see that they take forever. That's not the issue, because they're made, Hyper Silver Rathalos has been made to be like the most obnoxious monster, where even normal Hyper Silver Rathalos in G rank had less HP than the DLC event Rathalos one, Silver Rathalos one. So I can understand on like beefed gimmicky dumb shit, I can totally understand. But on average quests, like when I say Nergigante is difficult, or Anjanath, I mean low rank, would you say I'm crazy? Or would you give me a smooch? Okay, let's assume you call me crazy. I saw more than enough posts where people got hard-walled by Anjanath, and people simply timing out on Nergigante. Nergigante has 7,000 HP. You might think, that's okay. For a 5th generation high rank Monster Hunter HP stat for an Elder Dragon, that's very low. Which is why speedruns on this monster were like 1 minute. One day after the Monster Hunter World came out, I posted a speedrun of 1:45, a day after the game came out, with shit gear and all that stuff. That's not only a testament of how amazing of a player I am and how well adjusted of a person I am, and that I don't turn people into pepperoni sausages unprovoked, but what I'm trying to say with this is the monster was very squishy, and yet people managed to time out on it. Why is that? If you knew what you're doing, and the monster is basically like an equal opponent that always fights at 100%, and you just haven't unlocked your limiters yet, if you want to talk anime here, then let's imagine there's one person that kills this monster kind of low effort in 2 or 3 minutes, like a casual hunt, farming hunt, and then there's another person that completely times out and never is able to clear this quest. How is it possible? Well, I know how it's possible. It's a rhetorical question, but I'm saying that there's some people that every hunt is like that. And I'm thinking, at some point you have to learn more and more, that you passively increase in skill, that you become better, that the chess match revolves from your enemy has like 3 turns, and then you get one to your enemy doesn't get a turn at all if you know what you're doing. And I don't mean talk like Hame or trap spapping. I mean, it looks like an effortless dance almost, and then the monster dies in like 2 or 3 minutes. The thrill of the hunt never subsides truly. You never lose your respect, but you know exactly before you even step into the ring that you're gonna win. But this is something you have to earn, and sometimes there are people who, for them, they are allergic to improving. I'm not necessarily talking about Monster Hunter, but sometimes it's just people don't have really the urge or the expectations to themselves to master mechanics in a game that they're gonna play for 2,000 hours. I don't want to press the wrong button. What's the right button? That was the wrong button. Yeah, that's why I made the video. Because Nergigante is supposed to be countered with the same kind of way he approaches you. Nergigante, very kind of slow start, but the more aggressive he becomes, the squishier he becomes, because when he goes rage mode, spikes grow faster, he breaks them off by using certain moves, and then he becomes more vulnerable. But then you have to become also more aggressive the moment he becomes aggressive. If you don't do that, if you remain passive when he's becoming aggressive, he's gonna steamroll you. Black spikes, shit zones all over, can't do damage, woman divorced you, your son wasn't yours after all, you should have noticed, it's not even a child, it's just a doll stuffed in a little frilly outfit. It hasn't spoken to you once, and you still paid alimony for years on end. But I kind of lost my train of thought. The story had probably a happy end at some point. New Arson, yeah, thanks man. I'm happy to be able to do something. You went to take a shower. Look at this man. He calls himself a gamer. Are you gay? No? Unfortunate. I thought I had chances. But yeah, basically if Nergigante becomes completely covered in dark spikes, becomes very aggressive, and then what is it called? The edgy ass name he had, like Wrath of the Heavenly Descending Destruction Demon Bomb Heaven Boom Boom. When he does that attack, big damage. So the more aggressive you are, the more easy Nergigante becomes. And then there were some people who were saying, Nergigante is super easy. With aerial IG, it only takes me 20 minutes to kill him, and I only have to restock once. And I was like, I'm like 90% sure it was sarcasm, but I was very scared. I literally didn't take a shower in 3 days, smelled like a dog. But you're my dog. Dog. Can someone use exclamation mark romantic? Actually, I don't know the sound commands anymore. I don't know all of my sound commands. Aren't they under my stream? Can someone check if under my stream the sound commands are listed? Let me pull this. Let me pull this. I'm talking about my wiener, but the chat bot and my wiener. Commands.
Breed me.
Maybe W wow. W wow. Exclamation mark wow. That's I think the closest one I have. Exclamation mark wow. Let's go through some that I added, but we never were able to use them. Exclamation mark goofy. I have it here. I don't remember what it does. Ah, okay. Alzheimer's. Nope, I remember all of them. Never mind then. I wonder why Let's Go is not working. Yes, I have plans for YouTube. I want to do speedruns again, and I still have 3 scripted videos. I still have 3 scripted videos that I have to finish. I still haven't finished the iceberg video. I know I've been holding off for this video for forever, but there's still always stuff I keep changing on it, and then sometimes I'm an idiot and delete certain files, and then I can't open my project file in Sony Vegas, and I have to start from scratch. That happened like 2 times already. Ah man, and I have a video which is basically called How to Get Good in Monster Hunter, where I go in depth on pretty much every single mechanic, how to use them, and how to approach a fight you have no idea what to do. I take examples, and then I show how it's supposed to be done, or how you can put your own personal style into it, like the thought process, what some people have when they approach certain monster moves or certain scenarios in general, etc., etc. And there's also another scripted video that was supposed to be specific monsters that teach you how Monster Hunter works. Like for example, Kirin in Iceborne, specifically the Tempered Kirin Urgent, was very eye-opening for a lot of people, because you couldn't just face tank with Rocksteady through the monster. The idea was you needed positioning to not get clapped by the lightning, pattern recognition to know where the lightning is striking when it does certain moves, distancing to know where you can stand and still actually hit the monster, and also knowing how important hit zones are, because Kirin's ass was rock solid, diamond, and his face and horn burned. And a lot of people, they come from games where maybe it doesn't matter where you hit the monster, damage is damage, or you just face tank because the enemy never is able to tank more than you. So it's basically like a power fantasy, and Monster Hunter isn't. You're always at the back foot, until at least you know the matchup. Then you're Giga Chat. Okay, this was 4 monster bonus, finally. Yo Chisel and Mr. Ice Cold, welcome. Okay, now we bring our bones, because we don't have FedEx yet. We have to bring physically everything to the store. I don't think Joe eating his own tail is in the iceberg. It's probably one of those things where it's so obvious that everyone knew, whoops, that Devil Joe was doing that it kind of became weird to realize, oh, apparently not that many people know about it. But my plans for YouTube are speedruns mostly. I want to do speedruns again. I look at my timeline and I see so many monsters I could demolish. I look at some people's speedruns and I'm thinking, I could do that, I could do that, and you could do this. So basically I already make mental plans on how to approach the fight without fighting it myself. Let's see. What are the urgents? Monster Hunter 1 in stores? Probably. Probably. What's the urgents for anything? Yeah, Sunbreak, but I wanna also do For You. Oh, speaking of For You, what about some very delicious... Let me actually say first. How about we watch the new Molten Tigrex video? I haven't showed it on stream yet. We haven't watched the new Molten Tigrex video on stream yet. Yo, Alex, my VIP. I was looking if the music would start again, so that I wouldn't have to mute the emulator, but apparently I don't have to. You just hear the sound of him punching himself in the face all the time. Okay, let's watch the new Molten Tigrex video, because that took a lot of effort. What rank? 2-star. Okay. Are you ready? Oops. Yeah, I haven't shown it off on stream yet, that's why. But I'm gonna play it now. 3, 2... Huh? Oh. That's the wrong display. Actually, I can just make it this way. It's easier. for now. 3, 2, 1. Psst! There's a kicker to that. Watch. Okay. In case you didn't notice, the first black and white grainy ass recording where I put a muffled filter over it was the old video. And the old video was the video that got, for some reason, a lot of traction on YouTube, which I don't understand, because I have a faster video. Let me pull everything in place again. I have a faster video, but this one got traction for some reason, and then I decided to make a remake. It's slower than my fastest time, but it's faster than the popularized video. So yeah. How do I turn on low latency mode again? Because for some reason I notice when I say something, it takes like 10 seconds or so until someone responds. How do I do that? I haven't been streaming for forever. Please respond. Was it on Twitch or was it on OBS? Actually, I don't care. I wanna hamster monsters. Now I noticed it when the video was playing. I got hit by the roar. It took way longer for someone for you to say it. Video player settings. I think there was a way for me to turn it on somehow. Ah, okay. Maybe it was just user specific and not for me to enable generally. Man. Doctor, do you remember what the key quests were? Because I'm not really that big of a fan of gathering mushrooms. Doing a naked run? No, I don't have any money for armor. And armors in this game... do they even give skills in this game, or do I need to get like a full set to get like health 20 or something? I forgot. But yeah, it was Nier music, and the remix was from, I think, Nier Replicant 1.2 do. I made a poll on Twitter, which I deleted, where Monster Hunter 1 has won. Wow! And the other option was Sunbreak. So people want me to rather play this game than Sunbreak. I didn't play Nier either. I only played Automata. But yeah, I think the game is good, but it wasn't good enough for me to say I want to play other Nier games. I played Drakengard way before, which is a predecessor of Nier. But I don't know. For me, when I play a very good game, I'm not usually super inclined to play any game that comes after it. Like with God of War, for example, I played the first one, even Platinum did. But I didn't give a shit about Ragnarok. Last time I played Freedom Unite, wasn't it on last year's stream, or was it the year before? I think it was last year's stream, yeah. Damn, this year is almost over already. Are you feeling old, Chad? Which one of you is already 30? Tell me. You old fucks. It's over. Once you're older than me, you're ancient. If you're younger than me, you're a zoomer. Oh. I'm not gonna play God of War Ragnarok. There are a couple of reasons why I'm not playing God of War Ragnarok. One of them is because I don't want to boot up my PS4 ever again. I've been kind of spoiled by PC gaming, not gonna lie. But that's not the main issue. Very new games nowadays, especially like from AAA games, I'm usually very wary of them because every game that's being made is a culture of their time. We're currently living in a culture or in a time where the zeitgeist is very. They have to have a message in a lot of video games. Last of Us 2, best example. Far Cry 6, and there's some things in God of War where you can already see that flowing in, but that's also not my main issue. It's just that when I played the first God of War, it was the only parts that I liked were combat against bosses, and the only bosses I liked fighting were the Valkyries, especially the last Super Valkyrie. But everything else kind of felt like a slop, walking simulator through forests and woods, and then having to fucking ferry your tiny ass ship between Jormungandr's ass cheeks, and it was felt like homework a little bit, getting platinum, to be honest. Usually there are some annoying things, but like the ravens of Odin and all that stuff. I wasn't really thrilled for God of War Ragnarok Snowy Edition. I wasn't really a big fan of the original God of War, but I have to say I only played the PSP titles and the third one, and so I can't say that I don't prefer it over the older ones, but I can't also say that I dislike them more than the older ones. I don't know. My taste in games is very bizarre, chat. Very bizarre. Mushroom Quest is key, and this one. Okay. Oh, thanks, man. Yes, it took this long until I could roll to the side. Nah, in the Mushroom Quest, yeah, but right now, no. Yo, Deus Regalia, thank you for subscriber only. The bitrate is fucked? The bitrate isn't fucked, this is how the game looks like. For real, this is how the game looks like. But I don't know how to change quality on the PlayStation 2 emulator. Zeus, give me my vengeance! And now he's like, son, boy. That of boy. No, I know, Alex, I'm not shit-talking the second game. You seem a little bit invested in the game, but for me personally, the stories of like the Norse mythology, I've heard them a lot of times already in games. I also like mythology in general. So for me, this is nothing new, and that's not really a reason to buy those games for me to hear Ymir tell the tales of like the giants and all this stuff. I'm already aware, and the combat I didn't really dig that much, but the story in the first one I didn't care that much about it, and the second one I don't even know what it's about, so difficult to get invested into something I'm not familiar with. But it was pretty badass killing the entire Olympian pantheon. I was hoping they would go to Egypt actually, and not to Norse mythology, because Norse mythology and like Asian designs, like in Neo, in Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima, and all that stuff. I had a little bit too much of that, and ancient Egyptian mythology is kind of underrepresented, I would say. And it's funnier walking around as a dude that has a ranged boner all the time, wants to kill everyone while you kill them, instead of it kind of happening. Something Ragnarok is a story without spoilers. I know a little bit about some parts already, but I got spoiled. Actually, I spoiled myself, but I'm probably not going to play the game unless it comes to PC, where I will find it paid for on the street, fallen off of a cargo truck, which conveniently fell into my lap. Digital version, of course. I know. One, Alex. It's called Age of Mythology. A game that I play when I'm high as fuck. But I'm never high as fuck. Is it mythology? Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was also with some Greek mythology monsters sprinkled in. I only fought 2, I think. I didn't buy the DLC. But aside from that, there's really not much. Egyptian mythology is amazing. It's great. Especially the monsters in Egyptian mythology is cool. In Norse mythology, we don't have that many monsters. I like Nidhöggr, the dragon that gnaws on the Tree of Might. Tree of Might. Oops. Can you tell that I did a Dragon Ball Z movie marathon recently? There is the trolls and frost trolls and lava giants. I mean, not trolls, giants. There's not that much cool shit that I can think of for me personally. For me, Greek and Egyptian mythology have very cool monsters. Asian mythology has shit like Yamata no Orochi and a lot of women that want to kill men for some reason. Jormungandr, Fenris is also pretty cool, but there's a lot of giants, and giants is kind of, I don't know, big man. I'm a big man. No one makes games about me. You fuck with Asian mythology, and then why in Age of Mythology they're only shitty Asian mythological monsters? Can you tell me that? Like Pixiu, Terracotta Warrior, Monkey King, Banshee. I don't know much more. Yeah, but Son Goku in Age of Mythology is kind of shitty. He can stun enemies, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, Greek is pretty boring. It's also very nicely presented, but I like the monsters. Manticore, Hydra, Scylla, pretty much all the offspring of Typhon and Echidna. It's cool shit, man. Then, of course, the Titans, cool shit as well. What about that one Wukong game? I didn't actually follow that one. They got rejected and now think every man is the same and salty about it. Oh, okay. Slavic? You mean shit like the Striga, and they're also... Like, The Witcher has some of them. Man, that's so amazing. I just remembered, when I played The Witcher, you get some mythological monsters you don't... Hachi Klachi, thank you for subbing with Twitch. That we got some mythological creatures from mythology that wasn't really that much represented in games so far. Like Leshen, for example. Those goat monsters with a demon eye on their faces. In what are they called again? In German, I think they were called beasts, like beast, just without the T. Then we have the Neckers. Oh, sorry, Nekka. Neka. What else do we have? Some shit probably. Yeah, Griffin would be such an amazing monster to have in Monster Hunter. Because they could just take the Elder Dragon skeleton. Easy schmeezy lemon squeezy. I'm old too, man. I'm old too. I'm not 30, but I'm moving my way closer and closer. There are dragons in Dragon's Dogma too. But I play Dragon's Dogma, by the way. I think if it came out today and I would play it the first time, or if I was playing the game when it came out first, let's do it this way. I think I would have liked it way more than I do it right now, because I went to the game, I played it. The walking, I think that's almost everyone's qualm, is very annoying. And also I took a very huge character, so I got stamina issues out of the ass all the time. I used the worst weapon apparently, and there was something else. Oh yeah, the main reason was, all of those reasons I could live with, but the main reason was people hyped the game up so high, that what is it? That I had expectations for the game that it could never reach. Internal resolution in the emulator, you mean? Sure, tell me. And you run? The only thing that's running is poop down my pant leg. My internal root chakra has been fully destroyed. Oh my god. My goal is first to kill this Velocidrome. I'm just doing a casual playthrough. I asked on Twitter in a poll what people want me to stream, and these madmen said Monster Hunter 1. So I'm doing Monster Hunter 1.
Yatta!
I bullied my rodent anyway, you can be sure of that. My hamster's very plump, and she needs to be bullied. The fuck? This isn't the one-off stream. I'm gonna stream more often. He says, leaving for 3 months again. Rodent bullying. Is there any way? Who used it earlier? Oh yeah, it has a timer. It has a timer, a universal timer, because it's very loud. Especially for me, it destroys my eardrums. So whenever you use it, then you know, you give me bodily harm, and we can't spam that. Otherwise, maybe I will get used to the pain, or maybe it's gonna even turn me on. Who knows? I'm not writing the script. So yeah, it has a cooldown. Charity tab, analytics tab. I felt a little bit bad. Some dude with a pretty big following asked me if I wanted to make a charity stream, and I never make charity streams. I didn't feel bad about not making a charity stream or ghosting him. I just felt bad in general. I don't know, for all the crimes and sins I've committed. Getting it out of stream for my own use. Yes. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me open it up. Config. Video. Plugin settings. Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo, baby. How the fuck did I've never seen that before? Mmm. Mamma mia. I think that's good. Ooh. Chisel, I want a mating press you right now. I'm gonna do 10 Velociprays, because I need bones.
Breed me.
I need bones. Your Banes, indeed I'm alive. Can someone shout Banes out? That would be nice. It's kind of pretty hard on my eyes, I have to say. The sudden upsurge in quality. Jesus, man. I played a PS2 game. Does anyone... Okay, this is something that interests me. Does anyone know the game Draken, The Ancient Gates? No? Okay. I played that recently, and the internal shit graphics. If I knew that I could bump it up. Oh boy. That would have made my playthrough a whole lot better. I think the bot is dead. That's what you get if you don't squat on Twitter main page all the time waiting for AkantoreX to stream. AkantoreX, the mighty. Give me those bones, boy. It's how I look like when I bone. What do I think of Sunbreak? I saw it on stream, it has mixed reviews, and I think the expansion did a lot of things right. Sunbreak is definitely way better than Base Rise. Base Rise I would have even considered to be not a very good Monster Hunter game, to be honest. Like the overall experience, what I got out of it, not very pleasant. But Sunbreak definitely did a lot of things better. This is Europe version, I think. What? Taken, you don't see anything. Is that what you're saying? Because I just increased the quality by 16 times would be kind of surprising if you're the only one where the quality just died. How's life? Amazing. Okay. Oh no, but now I can't show you how to cleave a Velocipray in half. What? Just take my word for it. Did I ever lie to you? Ever? Okay. Lesson learned. I have to carve immediately. Oh, okay. Damn. Is this the strongest hunter? A Velocipray jump doing this little damage? Oh, you did runs? I gotta be honest, my YouTube timeline when it comes to Monster Hunter has been very dead. Most Japanese speedrunners moved on to some gacha Chinese shit, and I just get sad. Because I like watching Monster Hunter speedruns, except ranged weapons. For some reason, I can't watch that. I appreciate the effort that went into it, but I can't watch it. And IG, I just don't watch. Yeah, exactly. Good timing. That's what I feel when I see IG runs pop up in my timeline. I just weep. My existence just gets diminished by a couple hours just by watching someone play IG. And especially when they do the helicopter. Watching ranged weapon runs is basically like throwing a chicken into a cage and then you stuff like a rotor blade from a helicopter or like basically like a blender into the cage with a chicken and then expect a fair fight. It ain't gonna happen. I don't have much of an urge to play Frontier, to be honest, and the reason is I have played it before. It's an MMO. I'm not too keen on MMOs. They don't radiate chat energy, and I don't know. I might play it because it's Monster Hunter, but I'm not really that interested. For now. Yo, Shanksman, welcome, and thank you for the subscriber-only. Okay, Bard is alive again, apparently. And yo, Bainesman, thank you for gifting 10 subs. Appreciate it. Yeah, now you can spam hamsters in other people's streams. Is Stream Elements really gonna say that's not for every single person? Oh my god. How to flood my chat. Artificial AI, we could have flying cars, robot wives that don't rip our wieners off if we use the wrong setting, hydraulic penises like in Cyberpunk, but no, we have bots that sabotage their streamers. That's a really obese hamster. My real hamster, I can show you a picture. Hold on, I can show you a picture of my real hamster. I'm very good. There have been no streams for quite some while because there are reasons, and I mentioned those reasons. It had something to do with learning and studying. My WhatsApp web is spurging out a little bit, hold on. Trying to post some pictures. Ah, there we go. I'm just gonna download them. Okay, are you ready to witness the most obese creature you've ever seen? It's still Penner. Penner's only 1 year old, what the fuck? This is my hamster eating pasta. Hold on. It's my hamster eating pasta. Can I spin it? Hamster eating pasta. And here's a picture of my hamster eating something. Hold on. I need to twisted again. In my hand, eating something. I don't know what it is. Hand reveal? Hold on. I'm gonna post a picture of myself now. I'm gonna post a picture of myself now. There you go. Wait. Huh? That didn't work for some reason. What the fuck? Why is it not appearing? Oh my god. I have an idea. There it is. There it is. You happy now? Face reveal? Kiss me, chat. I want you to kiss me. Kiss me right now on my pink, plump cheeks. You like that, don't you? Okay. I can show you a picture of me, but I hid my face on the picture. Here. Oh, whoops, that's a little bit too big. Transform. That's a picture of me, but there's no face involved, because you just saw my face. How do I delete this? Remove. There you go. Now you've seen my obese hamster and my plump cheeks, and that's all a person can ask for. I forgot what I was about to do. Oh yeah, we kind of need armor at some point. Says the virgin. We're gonna wear a belt and nothing else. That's how you go to a hunt. You wear... That's not a belt, what the fuck? You wear a skirt. Your hamster passed away 2 weeks ago? Oh, that's very sad, man. My condolences. Do you intend on getting a new one, or do you just want to, at least for now, just hold off first? Can we have a moment of silence for Alex Hamter? There was a reason. I was studying. I studied... when I say I studied law, I didn't mean it in that way. I had basically a crash course on German law. I had to study that. And now I'm certified to do a whole lot of different jobs. That's what I was doing. For 3.5 months I had to do that. And there was a lot of topics and it took a lot of time. And I didn't want to waste any time on non-studying. That's basically all I did. Studying. Is that such a surprise that the testosterone on 2 legs looks like testosterone on 2 legs is over? Is over. I'm gonna paint you. Okay, this is the long animation, that's good. Ah! Oh, way too close. I can see shit in this dumb jungle. Oh my god. This dumbass stone just fucked my cameraman over. I'm sorry, can I pass through? No way, chief. Oh, the clunkiness. I would go back to the old Monster Hunters, but oh, the clunkiness. Oh yeah, no quick turn. And also no kill. Woe is me. Oh my god. Stone. Soul, thank you for the host, man. Can someone shout out Soul? Very appreciated. And that's why I'm not doing triple pounds. Because the second one with yellow sharpness just for some reason loves to bounce. Oh my god, that was a little bit too far. There's nothing really to show with, oh my god, with the combo greatsword. The only thing I would show you is how my soul would just shatter in a million pieces. What's The Rock doing here? I thought he was filming Shazam. Am I late? Isn't the movie out already? That was very bad. Oh, okay, no quick turn. Keep forgetting. They do the awkward... Okay, now he did it. Only after the bite. Before the bite. How's Monster Hunter on the PlayStation 2? It's pretty caca. If I haven't had played this game before in the past, in the very distant past, this would be quite shocking, to be honest. Oh my god. He unironically has contracts that says he can lose in fights. That is very stupid. That's boring. But I guess it's because, kind of an image thing. Where you want to have a certain image in movies. And so you get casted. You basically have an unlimited amount of jobs to choose from because a buff, badass, huge dude who never loses fights. Wow, who doesn't have the demand for that? Okay, I was hoping for a lucky taunt. Or stagger, but he doesn't stagger that fast, because I'm not hitting the head, I keep hitting the neck for some reason. So I can't properly count my... What? Oh shit. Kates. I'm just gonna assume it's gonna be a slow turn each time. No! In case you were wondering what I was trying to do, I was trying to press triangle, but triangle in this godforsaken game doesn't hit. Opens the old man button, the old man phone. Oh my god. Okay, he's angry, that means he's almost dead. You think I'm lying? That was brutal. Yes, I'm attacking with the right stick right now. Well, actually, I'm pressing R1 to charge. The true way to charge. Every time I can change it, I'm changing it in any game. To charge with R1 and to run with R2. Phew, that was close. I've been doing this since forever. It feels weird when I don't do that. Only time I don't do this is on the PSP, obviously. Oh, what a slowdown, what the fuck? Okay, don't finish the combo, nice. Oops, that was supposed to be a roll, but I put my weapon away. Ah yeah, I forgot, I live above a bar. In case you don't know. No, you can't KO monsters in this game, because a hammer doesn't do KO in this game. I know it's very bizarre, but that's just how it was back then. Our world didn't have colors back then, and Monster Hunter didn't have knockouts. You could jump down as many stairs as you wanted and you would never get a concussion. That's the world I want to live in. Also, Isabel, welcome. Oops. For gore, no super armor mid-charge. Yeah, monsters are pretty squishy in this game. Even with a beginner bone hammer, he got folded. I got sabotaged by everything this entire game, but still sub 10 baby. I had to study, let's say it this way. I studied a lot, and it took a lot of effort, brain power. I had to learn paragraphs of German law, etc., etc. I think that's the easiest way to describe pretty much everything I've been doing the last couple of 4 months. I've done nothing. I haven't gone out really. I haven't played anything except the new Digimon game that came out. I didn't meet with many people at all, actually, as well. So yeah, actual life. Did you like Survive? I did like Survive. I'm not really a fan of what is it called? How is this game called again? Visual novels or something? I'm not really a fan of that stuff. But I weirdly almost enjoyed that part. But combat, I did the most. I spent the most time doing combat, by far. Yeah, I'm a fan of Digimon. One of my first games that I played like crazy was Digimon World. I love Digimon World. It's a good-ass game. I played Cyber Sleuth, and I wanted to do another playthrough of Next Order. And then I realized it's only on the PS4, and I don't want to turn on my PS4 again. Which one was World 3? Was it the one with the dinosaurs running around with weapons? I forgot. Ooh. A kutku, but in the forest and hills. Really? Tommy, I think you're lying to me. I don't believe that. I'm doing the true right analog stick. So, just like life, you get into the sweet taste of something, and then it gets robbed off of you from your dead and cold hands. It's sad, but that's how it is, always in life. Do you know what that means? I have to do a lot of stuff tomorrow, so I have to dip already. Also, I'm kind of hungry. So how about I peace out today, right now, and we're gonna see each other at least a couple times next week. No promises if it's gonna be tomorrow, but I'm not gonna leave you again for 4 months. Okay? Please talk to me. I'm so lonely. Okay. Then we're gonna see each other next time. Take care.